What is up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here, and today we're going to be playing part 2 of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. And so far, I've had an absolute great time with it. In the previous stream, we essentially learned the mechanics of the game. We entered and joined the Literature Club, and this is different. That was different. This is all different. But why? This is weird. Okay, but anyways, we joined the literature club, and there were 4 girls there. One was our neighbor. Her name was Sayori. One was Natsuki. She was kind of, like the mean girl. She likes you, but she shows it in an odd way. And then we had Monica, which was kind of like the leader of the club, and she was actually very popular, athletic, and everything else. And then we had Yuri, the quiet, smart, intelligent one. I took a liking to Yuri and started to try and tailor my poems to appeal to her. So let's see what happens. This is really odd. This is not how the game started last time, but let me just see what happens. It's like we're logging into some... This is so weird. This is so weird. I literally have no clue what's going on. Like, why are there pictures and stuff? Oh, okay. This is kind of like why is this like a new start menu, though? We've read poems. Oh, I see. I see. So because we've experienced like a certain ending, or not ending, I'm sorry, a certain like pathway, certain things have been revealed to us, and that's what's unlocked. I see. Secrets? I kind of want to see the secrets. Backgrounds. Okay. Well, that's really cool. How do I just go to like... load? I don't know what's happening here. This is like really cool. Wow, it's like literally like a real game. What's up, not a Blackfire? Hi, baby. Collectibles. Yeah, but what is this? Like, this is so... I don't want to like open anything because I feel like I'm gonna ruin something. Poem words. This is probably how you get into some lore, like some additional lore. This is almost like ooh, look, like this. This is probably how you get to that secret lore stuff. Now, what I don't know what to do is how do you just play the damn game? That's it right there. That was really cool. I love that startup. I wonder if you can get to that every time. It didn't do that the first time we played. It gave us a lot of warnings, and it kind of started right at this menu here. It did not give us that weird interface that was like a computer that I can guarantee has, probably leads to more lore. There's a bunch of text files that were there. A lot of times the files that are text contain codes or hidden messages, so that is really neat. Night of Blackfire says, this might tie into something else I know about Doki Doki. Uh-oh. Don't know if you should mess with it yet. Yeah, that's why I actually refrained from it until I have more knowledge of the game itself. I don't want to mess with those files just yet because a lot of times you can tamper with the text files in a certain way that is like irreversible, or it's like, oh, you can only do it one time on this file kind of thing, so I really don't want to mess with that. So I was just looking at the normal collectibles and pictures, but as soon as we got into the actual files themselves, I backed away. Alright, load game. Let's see, we got the autosave and we got this. We'll go ahead and use... This a hint, you can use the skip button to fast forward through text you've already read. Who should I show? Oh, okay, so at this point in time, we're pretty much preparing for the, it's kind of like a student type festival where there's a lot of different clubs being promoted, and this is an attempt to hopefully get more people and club members to join. As per usual, I say we go for, Yuri to show hers first, and then because we're kind of going towards that storyline, and then we'll maybe at later time experiment with other storylines. So here we go. Yuri says, Inhuman one, your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. Festival, that's right. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it's ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me, but I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. In Inhuman One, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people, people you want to fall in love with, or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face, or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type, and they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all in Inhuman One. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person in Inhuman One. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends, and I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands, but this time she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Alright, let's see. This is Ghost Under the Light, Part 2. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette glows. Closer. Closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility, but I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Deep. So that's her feeling like a ghost because she's like, oh, I'm like an outcast or whatever else, and maybe she's referring to us or whatever. She's like saying, well, ghosts are supposed to feel this way, but I feel warmth, like an amber feeling in my heart. So maybe that's what she's talking about. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri, but instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Do you dislike it? No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. See? I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. Yuri is having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So thank you. And I hope we keep spending some time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead, Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back toward me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can, the poem is, once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she didn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. Yeah, don't worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back toward me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something. But I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. Alright, making progress. Who should I show my poem to next? Sayori. I'm going to do the same order because I don't know if the order matters much, but I'm just doing it in order of the people that I like the most. Like, Natsuki's the least, Yuri's the most, Sayori's really cool too, and Monica, I don't really trust Monica, but, you know. Sayori says, it's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Uh-oh. See how she's starting to kind of get more and more sensitive to things like that. Before, she'd be like, oh, yeah, it's great. I can see how much fun you're having with your new friends. Now it's even more, almost like she's jealous or hurt. Probably Yuri. Huh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Inhuman One. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright, just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay, I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. Yeah, she's torn, that one. Okay, so now we'll go to Monica. She's not taking it too well. Monica says, Hi, Inhuman One. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. Really? My cats are going crazy. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Haha. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Your style's gotten so refined, Inhuman One. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple of days than she's talked in the whole year. Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. Haha. It's awfully suspicious, you know, spending time with her in the club room every day, reading that edgy novel with her. Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know. Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up, so if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. You say it like I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I didn't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, uh-oh. Those are a lot of key words there, man. They're talking about, oh, she's very vulnerable, she's never really opened up before. Pocket possum. I'm just kidding, I'm reading comments. What's up, Mr. Singularity? That's creepy. So pretty much like it's alluding to the fact that she might actually harm herself because she's so vulnerable, she's never really opened up before. So that is interesting. Possibly alluding to something that could happen if we don't make the right decisions. So, yikes. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose. and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hands of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Interesting. Mr. Singularity says, being lost is temporary, but being lost in the mind is eternal. Oh, eternity. That's pretty deep. I like that. You can get lost in there pretty bad. For sure. Monica says, you know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Haha, are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into, like my YouTube videos. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Nice. Nihilism. A little nihilism. Yeah, it's like nothing exists. It's definitely that tone for sure. Natsuki, let's see what kind of terrible commentary she has to share with us today. Natsuki already says, yeah, no thanks. You didn't even... Next. Oh, that was that. So Natsuki has completely cut us off. Okay, you three, we're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Eh? She did say you three. Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Oh, did she? Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common, foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Illusion much? Alluding to other foreshadowing? And your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Ah, it seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh. That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What'd she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. but we might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Oh gosh. Mr. Singularity's going on something terrible. Terrible. Oh gosh. Yeah, so I guarantee that this is now where things are going to take a really bad turn. And yikes. I'm eager to see it, but also I'm invested with these characters already. They did really good with the writing, so much so that you honestly do feel like these characters are real and you can connect with them in certain ways. So that really sucks that any of them are going to start having some dark past and things come up and really bad feelings and possibly even worse fates, you know, that they're going to experience here in just a few, minutes, hours, seconds. So it really sucks because it's like, dang, too bad they can't all have happy endings, but guess what? That wouldn't make for an interesting game, would it? My cat is also meowing like crazy. It's the alternate version of my cat though, because, yeah, I can't explain why. It just is. It's been meowing endlessly. I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Thanks, Monica. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now Suki's pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit. But I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk and focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Inhuman One. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I'd be really appreciative of that. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Yep, you did say that, Natsuki, and you said challenge accepted. Flavor enhancer, bread stand, baby. Oh man, I've been using the flavor enhancer every day. It is definitely I feel a difference in my personality. I definitely feel it. And I always keep it at just the right temperature too. You mentioned that you would like to handle baking on your own. And Human One may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Inhuman One to... What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Inhuman One to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said. I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. And Human One, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. No pressure, right? Good gosh. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course I'm going to go with Yuri! Okay, so very interesting. You know, I really would like to, at some point in the future, replay this and go with Sayori, because I feel like we could possibly save her, you know? I feel like if we don't, I feel like something bad's going to happen to Sayori, but I'm going to try and, of course, develop the relationship and pursue Yuri at this point, so we're going to do that. Hurry up and just kick that stunty. Soon that, obviously she wants to make cupcakes, and maybe something else, but it's like, no, man, you're mean. I ain't playing that. We're not in grade school. Actually, maybe we are in grade school, but whatever. Natsuki, no. Yuri, yes. Monika, no. Okay. Yuri! Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you... Natsuki. I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying. So you'll be helping Yuri then, Inhuman One? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things, so I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I'd be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, is that everything we need to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Inhuman One? She's so, like, instigating. Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Inhuman One picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so I get it. I'm kind of surprised though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing, but I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcake's going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. Let's catch up on chat. Tsundere, hurry up and just kick the stunt. I already did. She's done. Sayori, I know. I feel like so bad for Sayori. And not only that, but it said Sayori ... That ellipsis typically means something bad is going to happen. Typically that means like there's something to unfold, you know? Something beyond just that word, you know? And that is, oof. I can just tell that before the festival, either something really terrible is going to happen, or after the festival, something going to happen during it. I mean, like something, like they're going to do some, public display of self-harm, and that's what I'm fearing the most. Just hang in there. Tsundere can only speak in insults and violence. Yeah. But they don't mean it, you know? They definitely don't mean it. You just have to warm up to them. Even when they compliment you, you know they're kind of beating you down. But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Sorry, I realized that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. Yuri and I exchanged phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Huh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. Oh, I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I'd prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room's clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Inhuman One. I think that we'll make a very productive team, even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But, Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking things, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. Oh my gosh, so she doesn't want us to go to her house. And I have a, I have a feeling that it's because she's probably not all prim and proper like she maybe portrays herself to be. And it might be a sight that we just could never unsee if we went over, so yikes. Mr. Singular says, time to go home and pass out. Knight of Blackfire says, they are like chihuahuas, usually small and hyper-aggressive till you break their shell. Then they only occasionally insult you. Oh look, an ad. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Sorry about the ads, but I gotta eat. I'm just kidding. I don't know if I can control the ads, actually. I don't know how that works on YouTube. I know on Twitch, there's like a timer. You can push back the ads and stuff like that. Or you can have like pre-roll ads, and then you don't have ads for like another 30 or 45 minutes at a time. You have a little bit more control over ads in Twitch, but Twitch also kind of sucks. Or at least from my experience. I liked it, but I just couldn't get enough engagement. I couldn't grow from it. So we're back on the tube. The good old YouTube. I like having all my stuff in one place, though. Everything that I was doing on Twitch, I was uploading as a VOD on YouTube anyway, so it's like, it was extra work. I'd prefer to be in one spot. I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket, but it is what it is, I guess. A strange life we live. I think YouTube handles the... Yeah, YouTube handles the ads primarily. I think, like, I've already have it set in such a way... I've done it a while back, is why I haven't gone into the settings. But I think you can actually remove ads during the stream. And then the ads would be playing, like, if you were to watch it as a video, like, not live, you know, as a VOD, a video on demand. But I don't know. I haven't changed that in a while. And I don't stream on any of my other channels. So I know that I adjusted this 2 years, well, probably 3 years ago. Yeah, back in 2020 when I first created this particular, when I first started posting on this channel. This channel was, like, my first ever YouTube channel because it's tied to my Gmail. So it's like... oh, it's a, you know, whatever, 10 years old account, but really, I only started posting videos on it and created a YouTube channel on this account 3 years ago, and that was when I started streaming. So I set all those things up back then when I was, like, really knowledgeable in it. I kind of just trusted what I did back then. I'm like, yeah, it'll work. But my actual main channel is about 7 years old. So yeah, history. Okay. Wait, is it? I think so. Yeah, 7 years. After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. But yeah, you have a lot less control over ads on YouTube. I can't believe this. Yuri is going to be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. And your growth is nice. Also, did you meet Kevin? I haven't been able to. Remember, this is a crazy week for me, Mr. Singularity. It's been so crazy because I'm moving, remember? So if I'm not, like, doing videos or stuff, I'm like, or I'm packing. So it's been nuts this week. But I'm hoping to be able to find some time, either today or tomorrow, like before, because if not, it won't be until this weekend. I don't want to wait that long. I really wanted to see Kevin and chat with you about it. So if I can hopefully, you know, experience that today or tomorrow, then we can talk about Friday. So I have not forgotten. It is literally, I'm such a checklist kind of person. Like, I like to have reminders and things like that. So I use like my iPad to have all these things scheduled every day, like what I need to do on each channel and all that. I like to keep it organized and structured, so I can actually meet some of those goals. I don't usually meet all of them every day, but Kevin is on there, and I want to see what that's all about for sure. Well, I hope you don't push yourself too. Oh, no. It's not, like, overly stressful. You know, believe it or not, even though, like, I think any change is kind of, it causes stress, because as humans, you know, we like routine and whatever else. But yeah, I was really dreading I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so, like, stressful. It's going to be a lot of work and whatever else. And how am I going to get everything set up again and in a new place? And I just have it set up now so I don't interrupt my productivity. But really, you know, the more you worry about that stuff, that just really is a lack of faith. You know, it's like, things are going to be fine. It's going to be fun, actually. Like, look at the positive. Like, I'll be in a little bit of a better place. more space. Like all the rooms would be more spacious, so the kids have more space, everything like that. It'll be summertime in just a little bit, so the schedule is going to be excellent because now we'll have more free time to. I won't have just a small window to do certain things. I'll have much more time throughout the day to stream and things like that. So it's going to be great. I'm really excited about it, actually. And normally we wait to the last minute and pack and procrastinate, but we have been very proactive this time around, and pretty much everything, like 60 to 70% of everything was already packed this weekend. So now we're just finishing up anything that's not essential, because we only each of us have like a little essential for the week bag. So after that, like everything else is being packed. So we're gonna do one of the final rooms today, and then after that we're gonna move everything that's valuable to the living room that's already been packed in boxes, so that I can take those things myself, and then I'll have the movers move everything else. But we pretty much have it all set up right now. I mean, other than my desk and like things like the fixtures that are hanging and the plants and stuff, like everything's pretty much ready to go. But I'm just doing a little bit of time to make sure that by Friday everything, including like the TVs, are down and stuff, and we're just gonna go first thing in the morning. So it's gonna be good. I can't wait. I'm excited, but I can't wait till it's over, if you know what I mean. Kevin. Night of Blackfire says, did it skip to Sunday, or is this one of those schools that has Saturday as a school day? That's good. That's good. I don't know, actually. I think it just... I don't know. I don't even know how school works. I'm pretty sure they're Monday through Friday like us. It could be that they have like, on clubs, you know, if you're in a club, you meet on Saturday or something like that. But I think they even said this weekend, so they probably it was probably during the week and it just skipped to Sunday is what I'm thinking. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert, and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting occasionally. Uh-oh. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? Uh-oh, I hope she's okay. Oh my gosh, Sayori, please don't hurt yourself. Some schools in Japan have Saturday as a school day. Learn that fact from Persona. Ooh, that's another game I desperately want to play. I have Persona 5, actually. Relationship arc, Sayori. Relationship arc. I love it. Very anime. I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. Oh my gosh. Oh god, terrible, 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 terrible. Okay, here goes. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally found her. Sayori? Hi, Inhuman One. Oh, thanks, she's okay. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. Heh. If you come over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? And no, it's gossip. That's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Inhuman one. Eh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Heh. Sayori, I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Inhuman one. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? Heh, you're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Inhuman one? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make someone happy, or make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me just to not think about her? Dang, this is so sad. Awkward. Well, guess it's time to look away from the screen, I guess. Oh, good. She's alive. Awkward. Depression, entropy, melancholy, emptiness. Yeah, she's feeling like some terrible things right now. It's kind of sad. Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? A lot of times people that are, suffering from depression are like that. Like they feel like, oh, it's a burden if I have to talk about my problems and whatever else. But in reality, it's not. It's okay, because that's how you're going to get better, by talking about these things and stuff. Whoa, this is crazy. I feel so bad for Sayori. I told you I liked her, though. Why, Sayori? Why is it you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do, I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little bit better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Inhuman one. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then, I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Inhuman one, there's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing you could have helped is the only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am, and that's why I'm going to accept these punishments, because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace. Aw, she needs a hug. And Human one, Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Inhuman one. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Inhuman one. Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Inhuman one. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Man, poor girl. Let's see what we got. Sucks. I feel you, Sayori. I know, right? That's really sad. That's why I didn't realize it was like, this is good writing, you know? And it definitely makes me like, golly, like, poor Sayori. The only feeling she feels is like a negative one. It's like, that's really sucky. And she even feels like it's a burden to express that she's having like her hard time or express her feelings, you know, because like, no, I don't want anyone to care about me. I just want everyone else to be happy, because everything that has to do with me is a burden, or it's just, I don't want people to have to waste their effort. It's like, no. Everyone is valuable. Everyone is special in their own way. Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? Oh, to spend it all with you. That's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all the days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It'd be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that'd be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. Dang. Okay. Let's see if we can make it in time for Yuri's visit. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy, but it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over too. I think Sayori's right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. Alright. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I start to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. I take Yuri to my... Oh, my room is nice. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so that's very considerate of you to do. No, I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. Mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place, although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved and kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little. Relax? I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that'd be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Ah, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Uh-oh. Insanity. Yeah. Yuri's a little special. I like her, though. She's a little special, Yuri. Oh, that's too funny. Depending on the oils... Oh, let's see. Nothing eases the mind like a flavor enhancer bread. That's right. There's nothing quite like a healthy serving of flavor enhancer on anything, really. I put it on my toast. I put it in my spaghetti yesterday. Heck, I even put some in my cereal this morning. It's almost addicting. I love it. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a hole on the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Inhuman One. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Now there is a theme with Yuri and knives. She has mentioned the knife while making sandwiches, while the raccoon friend is peering over. She's mentioned, I forget something else, and now we have a pocket knife. So, yeah. Nothing eases the mind like some flavor enhancer bread. Air particles. Yummy. Yeah, I'm thinking air particles. I start thinking the host of influence immediately, you know? I just kind of want to expose my organs immediately. I have this weird desire to do that right now. Mr. Singularity says, the precious oils. Who doesn't enjoy ribbons? You know, another thing, ribbons, when they say, I'll slice you to ribbons, you know, that's just a saying, an expression, but all of that is just 100% leaning in that direction. Now, I don't know what color the ribbon was. I think it said red. I mean, that's even more like, you know, like you can use it as blood like in a theater or like that kind of display. So, really neat. Arts and crafts, baby. Knives and eyes. The portrait of Markov. Meat snakes. Speaking of meat snakes, I need to drink some water. Engorged, what was it? An engorged, massive meat snake was in the tunnel. Alright, here goes. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. She's a water Hashira. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright, the thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and a feeling of danger, maybe? What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you get about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. Me personally, I am also into knives. I have a lot of knives. I always carry a knife on me, actually, in fact. I always have knives. And I'm actually really good with knives, too, from a combat perspective. So just in case a mimic, no, I'm just kidding. Remember they say use ranged weapons. It's like you use the guns like go away, stay away, mimic. No, I like having knives on me though. It's good as a tool. Use it for self-defense. I have knives all over the place actually. They're just it's funny because my dad also likes knives, and the funniest thing of all is that my father, he always cuts himself somehow. Like if he's just always cutting the finger or something every time. So the running joke was, don't let him hold a knife because he's always gonna cut himself or whatever. And even though he's got a nice collection, every time I go over, I visit, he's always like, oh hey, I got this other one, and he just usually gives it to me. It's so funny. But yeah, I like them as they're good tools, and so it's always good to have, you know. Especially, I think it's better than like a box cutters are really nice, but for the packing, it's been so nice to just have a knife. I'm just cut open the boxes and start, you know, make them and whatever, everything I need to do with them. So, but yeah, I like knives a lot. Let's see, meat snake and its fermented membrane. That is disgusting. Knife collection, woohoo! I also collect knives. I have cooking knives. Ooh, I love cooking knives. There's so many different kinds. You know, I wanted the ones that were like, you know, on those infomercials, kind of like the flavor enhancer commercial, where you know it's like you never have to sharpen them or something like that, and they have like a black blade and it's like a white, well it's not white but it's like a silver, maybe it's probably stainless steel or something, I don't know what it is, edge. So it's like the knives look black, and then somehow that you never have to sharpen them. I've always wanted something like that. And a machete. Yeah, I used to have a machete back when I was younger. Now it's a little hard for me to have those kinds of things, but I used to have machetes all the time. We lived next to a heavily wooded area, and we'd go venturing over there. There's hundreds of acres, and we'd go and explore. And I'd always have a machete and just a medley of other knives and stuff. And then of course like our waters and whatever. We'd go for hours, all day, until the sun set, and then we'd come back and just find new paths and stuff. But yeah, machete was really important to cut through all that thick brush. I have all my cooking knives in a black bag. That is creepy. I love that though. That is exactly how I'd do it. That's very Dexter of you. I have all my cooking knives in a black bag next to a industry size saran wrap and tape and rope, just cause, and gloves. You know, you're funny. But yeah, that's your, what do they call it? They call those your preparation bags. No, there's something for them. Your oh man, there's a term that they use whenever you're like preparing for like doomsday, and you have like all these these doomsday survival kit. It's called like your something bag. I forgot, your doomsday bag, or it's got a funny term to it. Anyways, I need one of those. I don't have that anymore. I just have a backpack that I carry with me. That my wife gifted me the backpack, and if we ever go on any trip anywhere, I take that with me. Or if we ever go like venturing off anywhere, have that with me. It has all the essentials, you know. It's too funny. Don't go in my knife. I won't. Trust me, I won't. Okay, back to Yuri and her knife collection, or knife fetish, I'll call it. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's really cool. It's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife, with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Inhuman one, why'd you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Is she gonna... I guarantee she's gonna put it in her mouth, because she's gonna be weird. Oh gosh. Doomsday Prepper. Yeah, that's right. Doomsday Preppers, that's what it was. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning... I knew it! Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. I knew she was gonna do that. Oh my gosh. Yeah! That doesn't sound good. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird. It took me by surprise, but I guess she was trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Inhuman one? Did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Inhuman one. Yuri giggles shyly. Huh? Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. Wow, that was awkward. She has a sharpening kit. Yay! That doesn't sound good. So unsanitary. Well, seems she has the taste for blood. Yeah. Only eats humans. Mimics only eat humans. What if she... I'm just kidding. She's one of those like perfectly disguised mimics. Water. Well, we've been going for an hour. It doesn't even feel like it. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. That's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it'll be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decide to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-sized glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Oh no, she's cutting. Oh my gosh. She cuts, doesn't she? Oh gosh. I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it will be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Mr. Singularity says, and she was wearing a white shirt. Oh, come on. Yeah, that sweater, I mean, unless she has another layer underneath, we're going to see some blood in a bit. I guarantee it. You know, as many scary games as I've been playing, I am very cautious about that partially opened closet door in the back. I'm thinking, alright, is the mimic going to be in there? Are we going to have an alternate smiling from the dark corner? I'm like traumatized now from closets, darkness, steak, any kind of meat snakes. I'm scared of everything now. I'm scared. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Personally reminds me of Bob Ross, even though he wouldn't have done that. He would have made it amazing, but still. Oh gosh, she's going to write it in her blood. Oh no, that's why she cut herself? That's what the surprise is? Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. Kevin might be back in there? Oh gosh. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. Or streaming with you guys. Also, I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Ow. Ah. Sorry. Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I actually got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's hot, I just didn't expect it. Sorry. Yeah, I was like, hot? Why would it in warm water? I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I started to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait, well, just for a little longer. It feels really nice. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from her when she reads books, almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What's happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist send a tingling sensation through my arm, and suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. Uh-oh. She's a blood mage. If she's using a blood demon art, and it's possible that that's what she had to do. Her blood demon art. Blood for the... What is this? Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. I love battle mace. The moment is over as soon as it began. Well, you got spored. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the events that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. Haha. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? Oh no, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Oh. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Wow, things are really I got spored. Yeah, that's why I was a little dizzy. I felt a little uneasy there. Job's done. Time for consumption. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kind of say that without thinking. About today, it's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over and we can just go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so you're very thoughtful, Inhuman One. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Huh? Hi, Inhuman One. Sayori. Just now we weren't... It's okay, Inhuman One. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry, but we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was really being mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Inhuman One? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if it could just disappear. If I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Inhuman One. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't your burden. I'm sorry. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Inhuman One. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori, it's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Inhuman one, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said, I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. Oh my gosh. I love you, or you'll always be my dearest friend. I can't say I love you, Sayori. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is awkward. Yes, it is. It's love, love, baby. Don't hurt me no more. Oh yeah, I love that song. Classic. That is a good song. You'll always be my dearest friend, Sayori. Please accept it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me about how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were. I see. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Haha, is this what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this. Sayori, it's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I know this whole time there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here, just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just want it to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Inhuman one. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So, Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees. Ah, she's screaming. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. Oh no, poor thing, I'm so sorry. I'm so shocked I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori! Dang, that's so sad. I'm left helplessly standing in the front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend. And I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. Oh my gosh. That is so sad. Dang it. All choices have consequences. Unfortunately, they do. You know the rules, and so do I. Say goodbye. Oh no. You mean like goodbye? No, Sayori, please don't do it. This is terrible. I feel like a terrible person. But I'm going with my character, man. I'm you know. Oh, no. If she's not at the festival, man. No. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this one to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Oh, I'm broken. I get rickrolled. You got rickrolled. And Human One, you're the first one here. Thanks for being so early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Haha, you should take a little responsibility for her, Inhuman One. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the only one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez, you don't know how the full story, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Yeah, I don't know, Monica. You seem to be a little too in the know, from my opinion. It's Oktoberfest, woohoo! Overslept. Yeah, quote unquote. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the other ones she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Percent. Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. Oh my gosh. And at the very end it says, get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Oh my gosh. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Monica is feeding Sayori this information that maybe are unhealthy thoughts and maybe pushing her to do things and take actions that are going to end up in her own harm or her own, demise possibly at this point. Monica is very controlling. I think she's taking or preying upon these other classmates that might be more frail or more, quirky. And Sayori, she probably targeted her as one of those people that, could be someone she could manipulate and control. Again, I've always had an idea or feeling that Monica was not trustworthy. But she said, get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. So Monica might be saying, yeah, see, he doesn't really like you. He doesn't take you seriously. He likes Yuri. Yuri's the only one he actually cares about. He'll tell you certain things just to send you away, though. Ooh. I don't know about that. Oh, Sayori, please. Remember what Monica said, always watching. Humans aren't two-dimensional. Never ending, never beginning. Oh, my goodness. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Inhuman One? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so, well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Maka calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. Ooh, I don't like her. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. All she needs and what I want to give her. Oh my gosh. Mr. Singularity says, seems you have a responsibility to do. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori, wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh my gosh. No. Oh no. An exception has occurred. What is this? Oh my gosh. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. Ah, this is crazy. No. Well, time to look away again, I guess. Yeah, that was a good time to look away. Your choices had consequences. Oh my gosh. I feel so freaking bad, man. Sayori was a sweet girl. Oh, this is terrible. This is a great game, though. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession. That has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Oh my gosh. I am so sad. That's the end? No! Sayori! No! I am such a jerk. Oh my gosh. She is glitched out right now. Sayori is literally glitched out right now. That is insane. Oh my gosh. So this is now having me think about whenever I first booted up the game again. This time when I booted up the game, it opened up almost like a file, like a computer would. And there was like a home screen, it had a folder for files, folder for pictures and things like that. And there were some text files in there as well. This is incredibly interesting. Makes me think that there's definitely going to be something like every time we boot up the game where we have access to that computer home screen and maybe we can discover more about the lore. Let's see what's going on in chat. Computer programs. I should have treated her like a Tamagotchi. Pretty sure I misspelled that. I think that's about right. I think there's a T in there somewhere. Nevermore. Not over, just the beginning. You can't miss or ignore it now. This is insane. Okay, so the first time I started the game, it came to this screen. Obviously there was no glitch or anything like that. Another thing is, what the hell is this? You see that right there? Like, what is that? I'm so scared of what I should and should not be experimenting with right now, because I don't know if this is one of those games where you have to like you have one chance at getting it all right, finding out the real hidden lore behind it, because there's definitely something dark going on. And the fact that whenever she died, it said some sort of error code, which I can go back and look on screen for. That was terrifying. It was very unnerving because the music that was playing and just seeing Sayori's little face there, oh, that was so heartbreaking. But instead of having the normal options that we do in the game screen, I'm going to call it the game screen and the home screen for the computer. The home screen for the computer I've only seen one time. That's when I rebooted the game after having a save file. This here, I think, would normally say new game, I'm assuming, right here. But instead, I just have whatever this gibberish is. It could be wingdings. I don't really know. And then we have load game, settings, and exit DDLC. I'm assuming if I exit the Doki Doki Literature Club, I will go back to the screen that shows the other picture. So let me see. That's insane, by the way. I can return to the desktop. Okay. Well, now we know. This is insane. Oh my gosh. What about that file page? Ad started as soon as you started theorizing. Okay, so what I was saying is, what I'm finding really interesting right now is the fact that now, like, some of the text that would be on okay, so now I'm thinking, like, is this actually not real and this is a game? Because is this meta right now? Am I like, okay, because the thing is, I can go back to the home screen, which is the computer screen, and I can then launch the Doki Doki like app. Here, it's like, it's now like the programming's been messed up. So it makes me think, like, is this a game within a game? I am so confused right now, but I'm really liking this. Now, I don't know what to do next. Do we go to this weird wingdings looking screen, or do we exit and just kind of search around? Let's just search around. This is crazy. In life, you only get one shot. Humans aren't two-dimensional. You're right about that. Wowzers. Okay. Now you have two Monicas. Lovely. What is it? Side stories, pictures. So now we're back to the pictures. This is just going to show, like, the ending. I'm sure, like, everything we unlocked. Oh, gosh. Okay. And then we have music, which is just all the different songs. What are side stories? The side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes and DDLC. Oh. Okay. Okay. Interesting. And then we have that. We have files. See, I don't want to mess up the file. What is this? Monica, Natsuki, Yuri. You know, interestingly enough, there's not a file. There's not a file for Sayori. Now, I don't know, but if I were to go back. So if I went back. Oh, you can delete files. I don't want to do any of that right now, but essentially, Monica's evil. And she's like twice the size of anybody else. Oh my gosh. If I were to go back to the beginning of the stream, I know I opened files. And I wonder if in characters you had Monica, Natsuki, Yuri, and Sayori. And now because she's deceased, we only have the 3. One file's missing. No Sayori, eh? Exactly. Odd that the glitch is just Monica. Only Monica. Huh. Yeah, the glitch is like, it's like pretty much a mixture of Monica and Sayori. What the heck? This is so cool. I'm gonna go, what does this do? What is all this? This is my first save file. This is so cool. I don't know what RPA is. I'm not familiar with that. Oh gosh, do I read this? Oh. It gives you like a hint. Look. Sayori's winning words. Natsuki's words. Yuri's words. Where's... Whoa. I don't know if the numbers have any significance, but there's one that went as high as 9. Right under... This is so crazy. What the heck is happening? I saw a 9 somewhere. Where did I see it? Well, maybe not. Maybe I just was scrolling down so fast. This is so strange to me. I don't know. Okay, so now we know how the words work, and then we can't open any of these files. Oh gosh. What are all these folders? That's just like a... Oh, see, the backup is kind of weird because that could be a way for you to reset everything and start the conditions back over. I bet if we can find a way to load the backup, we could maybe save Sayori. I don't know. Meeting notes. What the hell? What? Hold on. Updated development timeline. New tasks. Test cases for new genetic model. Server time optimization idea. Automatic data collection. Data migration to encrypted file. Share Monday. VM2 roadblocks. RO on VM2. Everyone else on VM1 for data collection. I'm not sure if we're talking about version 2 or version 1 there. And they want you to roll out the program on version 2. But version 1 will be utilized for the data collection, which they're possibly thinking about automatic data collection. And then they're talking about genetic models. So are they trying to... Like, what are they doing here? Ideas for data search types. Visual renders. Audio data. VM environment changes. Persistent variable tampering. Timestamps. Parsing through patterns. No. Excessive server times needed. Meeting over time. You know who went on too many tangents again. I need to be more assertive about staying focused. What the heck? So obviously these are notes for something that's happening with this program, VM2 and VM1. I'm so freaking... And I am into this now. Now we get a cheat sheet. Nice. Yeah, now we have one after poor Sayori's dead. A cheat sheet. Fun fact, a Disney cartoon did an episode that was a reference parody of this game. Wow, that's dark. Or just visual novels in general. And dating sims. Man, this is very interesting. File copy test from disposable drive to thin client. So they moved the information from a disposable drive to the thin client. Thin client's kind of like Citrus. That is weird. Like what is happening? What? Hold on. Backup system. Okay. Okay, so this is like fonts. Got the printer. Got the tower keys. Okay. Uh-oh. Tower keys say, access keys found so far from tower rotation. The key pair 1 is gear. 240 is clock time. 221, a 3-digit number combination somewhere. Key pair 2 is boat. 3 is spaceship. And 4 is blank. Okay, so let's think of the time. We got time is 240. Okay, so we got gear, boat, spaceship, blank, 240, and then 221. I can remember most of those things. Those are probably codes to unlock additional information. or maybe hints as to what we should be unlocking or how the order in which we need to do it. That is so crazy. Wowzers. Okay. Note in secure directory. This is a scratch disk. Do not use it to store sensitive or permanent things. If you need access to files from the encrypted file share, copy them to your disposable drive and plug it directly into the thin client. That's what we saw with the test. Do not copy them here. So copy any test information to the disposable, then to the thin client. Rhea is working on setting up a proxy mail server so we can have proper remote communication without having to worry about the higher-ups. Keep everything offline until then, Paula. So why? So Rhea and Paula are communicating secretly so that the higher-ups can't catch wind of what they're talking about. So there's something really strange going on. Maybe like a test for artificial intelligence or something that might be crossing some unethical boundaries or something. I don't know. There's a lot going on right now. This is a whole thing I wasn't even aware of. Let's see what else we got. The cartoon did have some dark moments, like one of the MC getting turned into a wood statue. Well, that's pleasant. Attributions? Huh. Yeah, these are just licenses. Let's see. Licenses for different fonts and stuff. Okay. Trying to see if any of this is important in any way. I don't know if it is. Happy thoughts. Oh my gosh. That looks like Sayori. What is this? What? I have a feeling that this has to do with like almost like Night of Blackfire mentioned. Maybe like not necessarily a dating type sim, it could very well be, but one that now is driven by AI, and then maybe it's crossing unethical boundaries, right? Or ethical boundaries, and it's like, what do we need to? They try and reel it in, right? But the higher ups like, yeah, no, let's roll it out. Maybe the people like Paula and Ray are trying to keep it, expose what's going on or something. Something's odd, and it's like Doki Doki is indeed a game within a game. It's not. I thought it was us being this character meeting with these girls in the literature club, but it's certainly not. It's something much more than that. I think it's a game within a game, Inception style. What a happy fella. Odd that drawing looks like Sayori. It looks just like Sayori. Hey, remember Monica's poem? I do. There was a poem specifically about looking inside the hole. What if the hole is like a screen, a monitor or a screen or something like that? And then we had another one about the legend that knows everything. Maybe that's the creator. Maybe Monica is self-aware, and somehow her intelligence or her programming is adapting, and she's now aware and sentient that there is a creator or a world outside of the world that we were operating in the Doki Doki Literature Club, and maybe somehow she's trying to find a way out. And I think it's her self-awareness that's causing other things to happen, her to manipulate and harm these other people like Yuri and Sayori and maybe even Natsuki. I bet Monica's kind of like the one that's maybe the intelligence that is trying to harm others, and just getting a taste for that. I don't know. That's creepy. Oh gosh, sorry, Sayori. Elevated access permissions are required to perform this action. That's the reset. Okay, so I guarantee that probably the way we do, maybe save certain characters is by resetting. But ultimately, we don't want to reset. We want to get rid of Monica. So I'm thinking, like, what do you do? And I'm not going to do this, but would I, delete Monica's file? Oh man, there's so much going on. Trace back text. Whoa. Commander Quantum Server build. So we're talking quantum technology here, quantum computing. So yeah, it's got to be a self-aware or sentient program or artificial intelligence that is getting out of hand. Oh my gosh. The container title for this build. So we're literally running through a quantum server program. It's Doki Doki Literature Club is what it's actually packaged in there. Uncaught VM runtime exception occurred. Execution stack trace. Game script chapter 5. So it says Python. Line 269. So it's like, oh. So it's pulling from certain files, certain lines, and certain chapters, and it looks like it's creating what this exception is. It says, oh, geez, I didn't break anything, did I? Hold on a sec. I can probably fix this, I think. Actually, you know what? This would probably go a lot easier if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Huh. Well, here goes nothing. This here, I believe, is documenting the exception or the anomaly being Monica deleting Sayori. That's what it looks like to me. That is insane. This is so cool. Mr. Singularity says, and it's odd how Yuri got unhinged the same day as Sayori's death. Yeah, they all started acting a little bit more weird. I mean, they're already pretty quirky. No new mail. This is crazy. Data collected 22%. Change profile. I have no clue what the hell to even do anymore. I am just so freaking Serenity Forge. I'm trying to think. Wow. So pretty much Sayori has been taken over by like a Monica, and even fragments of course, Natsuki and Yuri. That's nuts. What if I do that? It didn't do anything. It saves that. Okay. I guess we go here. We're gonna go ahead and try and see what this is. Let's see what time it is. Oh, we got plenty of time. What? What? Oh, what is happening? The program's going wacky right now. So, after Sayori's death, well, actually, from the time we booted this game up after we had a save file, we learned that we were on a computer program. After Sayori's death, not only do we see that weird glitch in the game screen or the application screen, but now when we start the game, it's already all wonky. If it's somehow starting back over, this would technically be the part where we're talking about, oh hey, Sayori's coming over. So maybe anything that has to do with Sayori is in some way, like, what do they call the word? It's corrupted. You know, like the file for Sayori's information and her character has been corrupted, because it's my belief that in that exception tracker that Monica deleted Sayori's information and file. That is crazy, man. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Mr. Singularity is over here smiling. You are twisted. I love it. Okay. I see it. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw herself to. That girl is blank, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. No way. Anything about Sayori is completely corrupted. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just saw an idol in front of the crosswalks and let blank catch up to me. What the heck? the program can't improvise. No, it can't. I think Monica is self-aware, and I think this is a program somehow. Monica is like an intelligence that has gained awareness, and she deleted Sayori. Oh no. What? What is happening? This is crazy. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. Now it's rewriting my story. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not that there'd be any girls in it anyway. I saw Monica and Yuri as well. I did not see a Sayori. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. So no longer do we have Sayori influencing us to joining the club. Your character got dementia. Yeah, clearly. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Triple question mark says, Inhuman one. Whatever, man. This is crazy. And of course it's Monica. Monica has literally not only rewritten Sayori, but she has overwritten her as well. And completely taken over her spot as the one that was supposed to influence me to join the literature club. This is insane. Oh my gosh. Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. Yeah. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What'd you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Haha, about that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. Oh no, that is creepy. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. She's completely gotten rid of Sayori in her existence, and even the memory of her. I don't even remember her. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything: reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. That's not Suki. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Inhuman one. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Oh, awesome. You're really sweet, Inhuman one, you know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Uh-oh. Somehow she's... What if I'm the user? Because I'm the one, interacting with the different... What if I'm the user and she's trying to somehow take over us, or like make it to where she can get close to us so she can leave, like she can get out of the program, Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Your character got dementia. Who'll be next? Oh, hello, Pixel Spaghetti. Guess someone has to fill that missing role. What's the name of the snake that eats its own tail? Ouroboros. Yeah, it is. Ouroboros. It's which is based off of kind of like Jormungandr, which is in Norse mythology, the world serpent. By any chance, Inhuman One, do you want to bury this bag? Oh, what? What? And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. That's different. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back. Oh, no. And I brought a guest with me. Eh? The hell was that? A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Inhuman One. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her feel like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Now Yuri's the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Inhuman One in the classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know, sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that'd be great. Why don't you come sit down, Inhuman One? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Oh my gosh, this is insane. The eyes. Monica is this Sheogorath in disguise. Sheogorath? That dude's hilarious. One of the, oh my gosh, I can't remember, the Daedric gods, right? The Daedric princes. Watch, she'll spawn some wheels of cheese. Can she make a grill? Oh, grilled cheese would be the best. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yeah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated, Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Inhuman One, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds, same as last time. So some of this is now taking the same path. Let's see what we got. Can she make a grilled cheese? I hope so. At least she's not putting her blood in the tea. Well, not yet. Well, I enjoy a potato. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up when she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give that back. Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. So far, this is now taking the same, except we don't have the comic relief, that Sayori was always able to bring. I'm interested to see, are we only going to have two choices whenever we're tailoring our responses for the poems? Or is Monica going to be the third choice? Another question I have is, what if I'm interested in Yuri again? What if I try to pursue her again? Is Monica going to continue trying to find ways to eliminate the other choices to where it's just down to Monica and myself? I feel like that's what's going to happen. If I continue picking Yuri, Yuri's going to be somehow next in line to experience an early demise. And then if I naturally then have Natsuki and herself, same thing. Until I guess we're only forced to pick Monica, Does reading subtitles count as literature? Absolutely, it does. Especially if you can pick out the wrong words. But better than a potato is flavor enhanced bagels. Oh man, yeah, I use flavor enhancer on everything. I use it on toast. I used it on my spaghetti, like I said earlier. I pretty much use it on everything. It's good on anything. I always put a really healthy amount too, just to make sure I get that nice buzz that you can feel after you eat it. Tsundere. This feels hollow. You shall see, Inhuman. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. That's new. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Inhuman One? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stared back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Inhuman One. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Inhuman One? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. And Inhuman One, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. I'd be like, Natsuki, where are your cupcakes? Where are the cupcakes, girl? Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time. Okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. And Human One, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I am so interested to see what options we're going to have. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. Can't wait. Wowzers. I would perfume a bloodthirsty Yuri over that stunt. I must have bribery. No cupcakes. Yeah, I'm a little, like, you know, slighted. I don't have my cupcakes. I don't have my bubbly little neighbor friend. With that, I depart the club room. Remember I said club room? And make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good for reading. I'm getting fatigued. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, here goes. I'm going Yuri if I can. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes. This is going to be Sayori writing us from the... Yeah, I know it. I know it. Can you hear me? Oh, no. What? Was that it? Wait, did I do something wrong? I just pressed A. No, I don't know if I was supposed to, like, turn the stick or something. It just said, can you hear me? And laughed. I'm assuming that was Sayori. Oh my gosh. What just happened? Unstable? Yay, we're going Yuri, man. Misfortune. Oh, you heard her. That's it. Can you hear me? And then the laugh. Okay, that was it. Okay. Is this fear? Or sensation? Damn it. Sensation. No! Entropy. Vertigo. Email? What if we start picking some of these words and we get an email? Essence? Kermit? Uncanny? Daydream would be her, right? Yeah. Not unrestrained. Rain cloud, maybe. Oh, damn it. She likes horror. Vivacious. Starscape. Ribbon. What the ball? Why would Ribbon not be the girl that brought ribbons to my house? Disarray? No. I don't know. Damn it. Okay, Crimson. Got it, Yuri. Got her again. Anything that includes fear is now Yuri's domain. Ooh, that's not good. Monica said hi again, Inhuman One. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oh, her face. Thanks for keeping your promise, Inhuman One. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. What is happening? Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. She's literally covering the words. Natsuki certainly has a big muscle and keeps her manga collection in the closet room or whatever. She's like in front of it. See? It's like glitching on us. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Inhuman One. We'll make sure to... I thought the music started glitching too. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Oh my gosh. Look behind Monica. Look behind, not Monica. There is a picture of Sayori on the back wall. Oh my gosh. That is terrible. Terrible. I wish I could show you guys. I'm gonna. Oh my. You see it, right? Oh my goodness. That is so freaking bad. Literally right to the right of Yuri's left shoulder, there is an image of Sayori. Oh my god. The last image we saw. That's terrible. The eyes. No, no, no. You see it as well. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. I can't believe the picture in the back. That is so terrible. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Night of Blackfire says, good thing I'm playing Warframe so I can't see it. Good. The portrait. Warframe is so good. I started playing Warframe like 3 years too late. So I think Warframe, if I recall correctly, came out around 2013. I started playing Warframe in 2016 when I first started my YouTube channel, and some of my earliest videos of my first YouTube channel featured certain playthroughs and stuff like that of Warframe. And then soon after, they came this crazy time when YouTube was cracking down on all kinds of content and ad sensitive type content and copywriting, things like that. It was like a plague of like the yellow dollar sign, meaning like you were gonna have limited or no monetization. And so they started marking hundreds of videos. And so I remember up until like this day, I've probably deleted like 50 videos from that channel because I was like, I got marked with like this limited ads kind of thing. And over time, the algorithm kind of lessened up, and because it was just an automated system that they was going through, running the checks. So it finally eased up a bit. But by then, I had deleted so many videos just in panic, because like, oh my gosh, everything's getting copywritten, or copyright claimed, and so it was a mess. But anyways, Warframe was definitely one of the games that I absolutely loved playing. I was at the time when I think it was 2.0 at that point, where the combat was a little bit better, and movement, things like that, and the map was where you still had a central location where you'd kneel down at like the sun, and then you could go to each of the planets. I think now I played most recently, like probably 3-4 years ago, when they re-upped and updated the map again. So like the level selection and the actual levels themselves had like a little different progression. Because when I was playing, I had gotten to pretty far, but I just didn't have like the time to grind as much. But I had a bunch of Warframes and things like that, and I was able to find like nice pathways to go through the story progression of the game. And that game's excellent. Since then, they've come out with like some open world aspects. They've revealed, the operators or whatever it is that the people, the Tenno, are actual like, the people that are operating the Tenno, things like that. Absolutely love that game, and I wish that I would have stuck with it or had the idea to make a channel based around that. But at the time, there were so many people that had already been doing it. There was like established creators, and I was brand new at YouTube, so I was like, I'm not ready to go head to head until I figure out like the format of videos I want to make and stuff like that. So I ended up going a different direction. But Warframe is certainly a game that I would love to at least at one point in time feature on my channel, my lore channel anyways, just talking about the general lore up until the point that I know about, because even that alone, like the Zeraman 1.0 or the Zeraman 10.0 or whatever, that ship and everything that happened up to that point, even tying it to the spiritual prequel, Dark Sector, I could definitely do a lore video on that. I did that much research to at least know that much of it. But I'd love to cover the lore, because at this point I don't think anyone covers lore. They're just a bunch of guides. A bunch of guide channels, like, oh, how to make this build, or how to get to this level, how to farm this stuff. But you usually have that for games like that, and you don't have a lot of lore. I like to tackle the lore where people kind of stray away from it. But anyways, I digress. I was going on a personal rant about how awesome I think I am, I guess. Oh yeah, the bad times. Dude, I love that though. I loved Warframe back then. It was good. It was grindy as hell, but I haven't played since. And I was at a point where I tried to play after they did the big open world update. I didn't even get to the open world area, but I felt so under leveled, like I didn't know how to progress. Let's return to Yuri and this, oh my god, and this terrible, terrible literature club led by Monica. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I love lore. Me too. Lore is like what I can have a game that has terrible gameplay and amazing lore, and I'm all for it. Oh, I meant for YouTube as the bad time. Yeah, that was a dark time back when everything was copyright claimed. But it purged a lot of like smaller channels. They need to do another purge like that, to be honest, because now everyone wants to be a creator, and not all the content's really good. It just kind of, in my opinion, some of it's uninspired and stuff, and you have a lot of like copycats. So they should do another purge like that. So it's like the people that are serious about it can do it. I think it's fine if you want to just post, but the people that are trying to like, I don't know, go viral with every post they do, that's annoying, because a lot of times it's uninspired and it's copying, or it's taking like, it's just something as simple as like a reaction type thing or something where they're like, oh my gosh, and that's it. And it's like, well, it went viral because this person like had a really stupid thumbnail. It's like, that's, to me, it's uninspired. I like to have content that's more inspired. And I think that one of those things that they did is back then it scared a lot of people from like being like, nope, I'm not gonna risk this anymore. So a lot of those people just stopped making it because they weren't really doing anything new or innovative, or in my opinion, that had true value. So I think they should do another thing like that, because nowadays it's so easily accessible. Everyone's got a webcam, everyone's got everything. So another little purge like that would be nice. That way they could separate the people that are just kind of taking it lightly, or people that really want to be the content creators and all that, and they want to like make a living out of it. But I think that everybody should have a chance to post and create. But I just think that it should be, you know, a little bit more difficult for people just to go, you know, whatever, to just blow up all of a sudden. Because if you're putting in the time and have a constant following, stuff like that, you should be rewarded with that versus like just kind of copying some, you know, something you see on TikTok and then that going viral like that. It just drives me nuts how that seems to be like the secret sauce to success, but I just don't feel like doing that. I will not. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to be stubborn and grow very slowly, and that's fine. One other thing I was going to mention, though, is, yeah, Warframe is freaking awesome, and I would really love to revisit that, but I think there's even another update that they just did that's even expanded upon the open world area. So like that game's going to be going on forever. I mean, we're talking since 2013. It's 10 years old at this point, so that's pretty awesome. Anyways, I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. Oh my gosh! Is Prison of Markov what I'm experiencing right now? Is that what this is? Is this AI thing like somehow tied to Portrait of Markov? A human experiment prison. And maybe Monica's trying to escape said prison. I'm intrigued. Knight of Blackfire says the latest update for Warframe is the Duviri paradox. At least for us console players. Okay, yeah, I'm a console guy too. I don't really play on PC. Not because I'm like a anti-PC guy. I have a laptop that's, like I said, for everything I do. My streaming, content creation, editing, everything. So I don't want to burn it out. You know, if I play PC games on it, I'm afraid it'll die a lot sooner. And I would not be able to create content at all if that happened. So, and I wouldn't be able to replace it either because I lack the funds. But I think at one point in the future, I'd love to have a nice PC that can run all kinds of games, and as long as I can use a controller, I wouldn't mind playing. If it's a simple game like this, I mean, I don't mind point and click, but any kind of game that would require any kind of precision, I'd love to have a controller to play it. Wow, so religious camp turned into human experiment prison. I feel like somehow this has a tie to the program of Doki Doki Literature, whatever simulation, whatever we're doing here. I don't know. Seems weird. Yuri seems the opposite of timid. Yeah, she's not nearly as like. I mean, she is kind of like, still kind of like shy, but she doesn't, because she's the vice president now, right? She's kind of assumed the role, and maybe even some personality quirks of Sayori as well. I don't know. Knight of Blackfire says, I don't have a PC, but I do plan on getting the deck. Yuri seems the opposite of timid. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing... Hold on, that's new. That's new. That's not what they said last time. There was no cutting off limbs and stuff. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, well, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. Because before, she had to read the back of the book to even know what it was about. Remember? Because she hadn't actually read it. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You already made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing in Human 1? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway? What? That's new. That's new. Wow. What the hell? The world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. The end. Right? What? Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole... Whoa! My whole body gets what? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. What just happened? So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. My whole body gets what? What happens, Yuri? And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. What? I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I'd put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry, it's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. It may be a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing at the feeling of your body heat. Wait, I read that. I read that. Okay, I'm gonna have to read those very quickly to catch what she's saying. She's throwing in some creepy stuff. Seems uncharacteristic of Yuri. You should probably take the nearest knife away from her. I'm looking and I don't see any sharp objects, so... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Let's see what chat's got to say. She doesn't see... she does that pocket knife... Oh gosh. She does have that pocket knife that can cut skin as easy as paper. She probably always has that in her purse. Chocolate scene 2. Eh? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Haha. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. That's new. That is so new. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad they changed the portrait. Sayori, just rest in peace, baby girl. I'm sorry. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Inhuman one, did something happen just now? Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Oh, sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. She is losing it. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Huh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her, sorry. Oh no. Oh gosh, Mr. Singularity. No, I know I told you she did that. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Oh, this is terrible. Who should I share my poem with first? Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. I am so tired. I'm sorry, I'm fatigued. All the reading. Hi, Inhuman one. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? She's always listening. Always listening. And she, oh, I know more than you think I do. Very creepy. Remember, she said that one time and it gave us a chill. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha. Don't worry, Inhuman one. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Inhuman one. I was going, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. That is not what she said last time. She is totally like throwing a little bit of shade in there. Natsuki can pound sand. Yeah, for all I care, little jerk. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Yeah, she's BSing. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. Okay, so let's think about this. Oh, gosh. I remember we think that based on what we saw the first time, I have a feeling that something's really odd about Monica. I've always not trusted Monica. Before I even learned that I think what this is like some sort of computer program, now where Monica's maybe self-aware or sentient or something, I feel like now we're going to see more and more of her communication about wanting to be free, wanting to escape, or something. So let's see if Hole in the Wall has changed any. Hole in Wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. Tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle. Closing in on me, the air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. I feel like we're the way out for Monica. Somehow, maybe she'll have to possess us or something, but we're the way out for Monica. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Self-awareness! You gained self-awareness! I know you, Monica. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, I need to save. Oh, balls. It completely overwrote my stuff. Oh my gosh. It literally overwrote everything. And there's multiple pages I could have been saving this entire time. Lovely. Gotta love being smart. I thought there were 6 save slots. There's 6 pages of save slots. So I could have been saving like at each decision and then revisiting it, reloading. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. Her arm is behind her back. Yeah, whenever Yuri arrived, she was holding her arm behind her back. It was a little odd. Like I said, she's probably a cutter. Natsuki or Yuri? Go to Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay, this is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, really? Her hand has some sort of bandage. I didn't even see that. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlights have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms, breathing... Calm, sorry. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That's not changed at all. That's not changed at all. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Sorry, I can't. The comma threw me off, girl. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all in Inhuman. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Inhuman One. Me too. Alright. Who should I show my poem? I guess we'll show it to Natsuki. I need some water. I'm losing my voice. I'm voice acting here for like, what, going on 3 hours? Alright. Oh gosh, here we go. We're gonna get completely reamed. And Inhuman One, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. It's the same. I'm checking the music. I thought I heard the music change. Tsundere time. I need fluids, man. The flavor enhancer dries me out, gives me cotton mouth, makes me incredibly thirsty. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Tsundere time. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way for my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Inhuman one did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Inhuman one liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Inhuman one appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No, if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go to my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as the human one started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that, you really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking. You want to be edgy, bitch. Oh my gosh, this is new. They did not curse. I'm gonna let it do its thing. I'm not touching anything. I am so afraid. I don't want anybody to hurt themselves. It's getting crazier, guys. I'm letting it go. Oh my gosh. It got worse. Ten more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, nothing else is happening. It just got really creepy. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa. Be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh my gosh. That's... cut a wound. Uh-oh. You struck a chord there, girl. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? Oh, what the freak is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Inhuman hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing there. Inhuman, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Oh, I couldn't read all that. Something about getting dragged into the situation. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Is this who I side with? Ah. I will continue to pick Yuri. What is happening? What is this? What? Okay. What the fuck? What is this? Hey, Inhuman one, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? What is happening? It was chaos, and then she appears out of nowhere. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. Oh my, what is this? It's starting to get really creepy. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Uh-oh. Inhuman one. Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Because you're going to wipe her memory? Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Inhuman one. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate your understanding. No way. No way. This is insane. Monika is literally trying to like override everything. She wants it to be just us. And I think she wants it to be just us because we're her way out of this whatever. I feel like she's a program or some sort of artificial intelligence, and now she's trying to somehow take over our minds so she can be free or something. This is odd. Existence? Yes. What would she like? Destiny? Yes. Sadness? Oh, damn it. Melancholy. Yes. Death? Hopeless? Hopeless? Good, good, good. Heaven sent. Shopping for, I don't know, Fester? Vertigo. Is she grief? Okay. Oh, what? What is this? What does this even mean? What do I do, guys? Do I pick this word or not? What does this mean? Was it wingdings? I feel like it's wingdings. I just don't know how to translate wingdings, you know? You'd have to type every freaking key just to see. I don't know what to do. I need a choice. I need y'all to help me. Do I pick the strange words when I see them? And do I follow the anomalies? Or are we going to do it? And I don't know. Okay, do it. I broke it. Something's dead. I killed something. Oh! Oh, they're still hopping around. Okay, that scared me. Imagination? Well, I don't know who I'm helping now. Or picking. Misfortune? Oh. I don't know who I'm picking now. Misery or tragedy? Tragedy? Oh, man, it's weird. I don't know what nightgown is. Disoriented? Philosophy? Vivacious? Permit? Empty? Unending? Determination? Entropy? Crimson? I don't know what I just did, but it like glitched. Do it. I don't know. Mr. Singularity is smiling, which always creeps me out. I don't know if that's a good thing, you know? I can never tell. Is it a good thing if he's smiling? Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Inhuman One. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Inhuman One, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and, sorry, what am I saying now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Geez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Dude, Monika wiped her freaking memory. Check up the chat. I will. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Check up the chat. Let's see. What did you say? Okay. Where though? I see tsundere time. The music's odd. The eyes. The music. The eyes. There's no medium. There's no medium. There's no medium. Monika. Only Monika. Monika only. Do it. That was when I was picking the anomaly. I don't know. Smiley face and check up the chat. I don't know. I don't see anything new. But we do know that Monika mentioned, oh, she won't remember anything by tomorrow. That was a literal reference to her wiping her memory, which then ties to the whole program kind of world that we're in, which is interesting. Let me know. I don't see anything. I thought I kept up with chat. Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Geez. Whatever's in my, I'm sure it was nothing. Huh. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I mustn't have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while now, but I'm still not really good yet. Still? That must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. I feel like her time on the piano is her time like with working on binary code or programming or something. And when she says, oh, I'm going to write a song, maybe that's a new program she's trying to write that's going to allow her to escape this program. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Inhuman One. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Haha, don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. And Human One, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay, can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? Yeah, this is totally not her behavior. She would never just be so, like, forward, I guess, you know, like, or this assertive. I'm sorry, my heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath, then pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Mr. Singularity says, guess Monica removed her shyness completely now. Yeah, indeed. Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. That's different. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. Yeah, why are you always in everybody else's business, Monica? 10 minutes pass. Uh-oh, she got overly stimulated. She's cutting again. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. What if she's putting blood in the tea? It's like some weird, like, obsession thing. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. Question mark. Triple quote says, ha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking in air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Oh no. No! Her little arm. Gah. Whoa. So we saw something happen that pretty much got like rewritten. We like rewound back to the moment that she's like, hey, I left, now I'm back. It pretty much skipped over the scene we just saw, which is crazy. Wow. She says, I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. And Human One, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri set the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Inhuman One. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. And Inhuman One, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a small bag of chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit together against the wall, teacups at our sides. That is going to be where we end it today because I tried saving over that. It didn't let me. Whoa, that's weird. It didn't let me save over that. I'm so confused at this game. Like, this game has a mind of its own. Anyways, this game is amazing. I am so excited to see where it ends up. Friday will probably be another long stream for us to go through this game. I'm hoping to see kind of where it takes us. At this point, we've gone through the whole like game within a game Inception type direction that I had no clue it was going to be about. I thought it was literally just like a dating type sim. This is incredible. I absolutely love this game. I can't wait to see how it unfolds. Remember that Monday is my birthday, so I'm going to figure out something we can do for a fun birthday stream. Maybe feature some of my favorite games of all time. Something like that, considering I have the consoles that are able to support the games that I do like, because I like a lot of retro games as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens Monday. But on Friday, we'll be continuing Doki Doki Literature Club. And then soon after, next week, after my birthday stream, we'll probably be jumping back into the Mandela Catalog, Volume or Act 2, and also the Happy Meat Farms IT Department video. Be sure to stay tuned because I will be posting some additional content throughout the week featuring analog horror type content, and also for all the other viewers out there that enjoy content for my guides like Wo Long and build guides, things like that. I also have something like that coming out today. Later this week you'll see something special for the horror, I say analog horror or ARG type genre. That'll be really fun. I'm going to start doing more videos like that as well on this channel. If you guys love lore, like for games such as Blasphemous or Elden Ring, any other game you can possibly think of, go visit my main channel. That's where you'll find awesome content there. And if you guys like anime, manga, things like that, Inhuman Universe is my third channel, and that would probably tickle your fancy, as they say. But anyways, let's see, saving the redacted for later, I see. I won't be able to watch Friday. I have to watch the VOD. We'll see you on Friday. Oh, that's too bad, Night of Black Fire, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. Just know that we will be here, and you will be here in spirit, and we'll be wishing you were here to join us. But don't you worry, man. I hope you can catch Monday, though, if possible. That'll be my birthday stream, so it'll be really cool for you to stop by. But don't worry. If you catch the VOD, do whatever you want. Remember, being here live is awesome, and that's like for me like the most fun of this type of content I make for this channel. But I make plenty of other videos that you can enjoy at your own time, you know, whenever it's convenient for you. So never feel obligated. Just know that I always appreciate, you know, when you guys stop by. It's so awesome. I never expect it from you though, okay? So don't ever feel obligated. You guys are awesome. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Night of Black for have a great rest of your week then, and have an awesome weekend. And I'll hopefully see you guys Monday. But hope to see the rest of you guys Friday at 11 a.m. Central for part 3 of Doki Doki Literature Club. And until next time, it's the Inhuman One.